बहुत से लोग पहले से जानते होंगे कि fragrances were created as an accessory. They were created so you could smell good. But perfumers जो होते हैं, जो इस क्राफ्ट से एक प्यार रखते हैं अपने पास और पैशन के साथ ये चीज़ें बनाते हैं, कभी कभी दे क्रिएट परफ्यूम्स जो आपको पहन लेती हैं, ये आप नहीं पहनते, ये आपको पहनती है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो बाय द सेंटिमेंटल पाकिस्तानी। मैं बिल्कुल ही भूल गया था ये इंट्रो वाली चीज़ जो है ना, मैं ये इंट्रो वाली चीज़ करना भूल गया। बट वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो बाय द सेंटिमेंटल पाकिस्तानी। माय नेम इज राफे और मैं हूं आप लोगों का होस्ट। इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी वाचिंग these videos for a while now, welcome back. If you're new here, I make fragrance reviews, I make fragrance content, so do subscribe if you're interested in that. And the topic of today's video is these two from balsamico. This is Shogun and this is Busaid. Shogun is an impression of Bortnikov's Oud Monarch. Busaid is an impression of Amouage's Jubilation 25. I'm making this video together because, in my opinion, these are two of the most unique perfumes I've tried from Balsamico, and they deserve a comparison because they're both striking and they're both this like they have this powerful presence. लेकिन completely different scent profiles हैं इनकी। इनमें एक चीज नहीं है जो दूसरे में मैच होती है, मतलब है like oud. Oud is one ingredient, but aside from that, there is nothing else in here that's the same to each other. So let's dig into it. We'll start with Busaid because I've had more experience with this one. To know Busaid, we have to take into consideration what this is an impression of. It's an impression of Amouage's Jubilation 25. Jubilation 25 was released on the 25th anniversary of Amouage, so it was important to them, the original perfumers and creators of this fragrance, that this has to symbolize a brand that is a pioneer in niche perfumes, that paved a lot of DNAs and things into the industry and have made a mark of their own. And Jubilation 25, in its scent profile, does that very, very well. It holds a very regal aroma. It's slightly fresh, it's sweet, it's woody, it's dark, it's incensey, it's fruity as well. It has this watery like feel, like a really expensive beverage, which is something that actually shares in common with this one. Both of these smell like really expensive beverages, or the the kind of mist or candles or aroma that are at a really expensive restaurant, and they just have that regal, royal feel and aroma to them. So Busset captures that very well. It's a great heritage perfume for Amouage. I've tried the original, I've tried this one as well. There is literally zero difference between the two, but there are a few caveats with this one compared to the other, you know, but it comes with every perfume. But Busset really does symbolize the heritage of Amouage, in my opinion. I don't want to read notes or list notes because I do that sometimes when I feel like it's very inauthentic. I want to tell you raw impressions of what I feel when I sniff this perfume. Opening mein, you have this sort of mystical type of incense, which is very associated with burning wood in a masjid or in the Grand Mosque of the Kaaba or in a church. So it has this mystical incense feel, but then it also has these blackberries in the beginning, which brings it this watery fruitiness that's really rich and dark as well. So in the opening, बहुत एक incense type feel है, but it's not a harsh incense. It's a very soft, very smooth incense that I really enjoy. Later in its life, it doesn't really change that much. I do feel like this is a more linear perfume in general. This doesn't have phases, but I'm not really complaining because that incense slowly gets a lot more woodiness. It gets a lot more resinous elements. There is a Poconox in here. A Poconox is slightly balsamic, pretty sweet, smoky, resinous feeling, and it's paired with oud. Oud इसमें barnyard aromatic oud बिल्कुल नहीं है, बहुत soft, बहुत smooth oud है. You know, one that vegetarians can enjoy as well. which Amouage really does put into focus with their own brand and their own creations. All their perfumes are catered to all people. Middle Eastern people from the Middle East and people from South India or Pakistan and all these areas, they're used to those heavier fragrances that have indolic notes or lots of florals. So this really captures something that the West can also appreciate. So overall, it's this very nice fruity, incensey, resinous, sweet, woody fragrance. इसमें थोड़े से और woody elements हैं, but that's the main characteristic of it. अच्छा, इस fragrance का एक caveat है. It doesn't perform well, and I've had quite a few conversations with Osama Bhai and Balsamico as to why that is. And even I understood after trying the original because पहले मैंने original try किया था बहुत time पहले from a friend, and then after getting this, I took it to his house and I compared with the original again. I was like, okay, because I thought the original was very strong, but it wasn't that much stronger than this. This is a pretty recent batch from their production, and performance is not its strong point. You'll get maybe 6-7 hours out of this one. It has a very abundant and wide but soft projection. So it's really more about the scent. अगर आप एक कहीं occasion पे जा रहे हैं, dinner पे जा रहे हैं, meeting पे जा रहे हैं, meeting friends after a long time, or you're going out for the night, you really only need 6 hours of performance. You don't need like 12 hours monster at night time. तो उसके लिए ये काफी अच्छा होता है. It really is a really nice scent and it's worth buying even though that its performance is not very heavy. Ab, one part of the video is down. Now we have Shogun. Shogun is the latest release by Balsamico Fragrances. ये out है, ये वाला out ही, ये वाला out हो चुका है. It's an impression of Bortnikov's Oud Monarch. And मेरी सबसे favorite चीज़ इसके बारे में is the labeling. It's textured, it has nice feel to it. It has this like, I don't feel like this is gonna rip off if I pull too hard. And even if I try it, it won't come off. And it has this very nice golden touch. Shogun लिखा है सामने. The labeling is top notch on this one. And the atomizer, both of the atomizers on these, they're very nice. They're not the usual black plastic that you would get. So props on the presentation for this one. Acha, scent profile. Oud Monarch is something that when you look at it or read the name of it, आप समझेंगे कि बहुत heavy indolic oud focused fragrance होगा. ये उससे बिल्कुल हट के कुछ और है. I would honestly call this like a tropical oud fragrance. It is a very tropical oud fragrance because in the opening आपके पास एक बहुत. Okay, let's talk about the opening here. Let's talk about what this basically is encapsulating. This is a creamy summer oud. I say summer oud because you wouldn't expect an oud fragrance to be worn in the summers because oud has very indolic feels in it. बहुत poopy सा smell होता है, कभी barnyard smell होता है. It's really heavy, it's really rich, it's really resinous. लेकिन ये एक summer oud इसलिए है because it's paired so well with the floral elements in this one. It has a lot of muskiness in it as well. The civet in this one, as long as you control the sprays, actually a very calm civet, but it is abundant in its projection. So is the oud. It's got this cacao note that smells like a chocolate milkshake on its own to me. Like there is a certain point near the heart and like halfway through the base of this fragrance where the cacao really shines. और बहुत चॉकलेटी सा milkshake सा smell आता है मुझे. The florals also stay for a very long time and it gives it a very lactonic feel. So this is a really unique oud fragrance. I would not say it's an oud scented fragrance. I would say it's a cacao, civet, and floral scented fragrance. The oud is present, but it's very soft. Overall, super super nice. So it's been like 5 minutes since I last took the last shot because I put like 4 or 5 sprays. I see out of instinct, and it was a big mistake because 4 or 5 sprays on just my arm, it's completely filled up the room, and I've gone nose blind to it. But I did get a few good whiffs of it. 4 or 5 sprays, by the way, should be all you apply of this fragrance. This is really very strong. So शुरू में you have the frangipani. The frangipani is a very sweet, tropical, fruity, fresh, floral note that is a bit lactonic as well. It's creamy, it's milky, and it just smells like something you'd put in a milky drink. So that's how I feel about the frangipani in this one. After that, it has this very chocolatey type feel in the heart. The cacao is in the base, but I feel it in the heart. There's subtle hints of rose and jasmine in this one. The rose and jasmine are really, really nice. Kabhi kabhi jasmine has the indolic smell. It's very funky sometimes. This is a very smooth out, nice jasmine. And given that it's such a oud heavy fragrance, you'd expect it to turn the rose into a jammy rose, but it's actually a very dewy, free, fresh green rose. मुझे लगता है इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द फ्रेंगिपानी जो इतना खुद फ्रेश और ट्रॉपिकल टाइप फील है वो रोज को भी एक पानी पानी सा फील देता है एंड ऑफ कोर्स ऊद में आपका ककाओ रह जाता है and the civet note. Civet is a really beautiful note if you can learn to appreciate it. It's musky, it's animalic, and if you don't spray 5 sprays of it, more like 3 or 4 overall, then you're really going to appreciate it. And the oud, it's a Chinese feel oud. As I know this is Chinese feel oud and it's a Thai oud. So it's very similar to Kambodi oud. Kambodi oud is a very light, sweet, resinous, more woody, not barnyard animalic. You get the animalics already from the civet. So overall, it's a very creamy, summery, floral, slightly animalic, pretty animalic, oud heavy fragrance. So definitely for anyone that enjoys civet and oud, you will enjoy this. Now, in stark contrast to this one, which has pretty mediocre mild performance, this has too much performance. This genuinely has too much performance. मैंने जब ये फर्स्ट लिया था तो I put like 7, 8 sprays of this, just like off the whim instinctively. And that shirt that I was wearing that day has gone through the washer. It's been dried. It's been kept out in the sun for a while, and it's back in my closet. This is still there on the shoulders. I have not seen a performer like this in a long time. This is the strongest performing fragrance I currently have, and some I know will appreciate that. I don't like super strong performers. Super strong performers aren't really my thing. I would like to wear two fragrances in a day. I want to wear one in the morning, and then I want to wear another in the evening. So I like the 6, 7 hours that I get from normal fragrances. But if you're gonna wear this, it should be at a shadi event or your own wedding, where you get up at 10 in the morning, you're already dressed up, you're out to do stuff. You put this on. By the time the party is all down, everybody is home, and you're going home with your wife, this will be there. She will smell it. So crazy performance. Projection तो छोड़ ही दें आप यार. Projection is actually so much कि when I first applied it, मैंने 7, 8 स्प्रे लगाए थे. और जो इसमें सिवेट और कैस्टोरियम भी है इसमें यार, इसमें तो कैस्टोरियम भी है. हाँ, सिवेट और कैस्टोरियम. They got in my throat and they were choking me out. I was at tuition wearing this in front of people, and I was asked to like go sit in the back because I was all in the front, and I was choking my teacher out. So yeah, crazy performer, guys. Very crazy performer, this one. So that is Busaid, which is Amwaz's Jubilation 25, and Shogun, which is Bortnikov's Oud Monarch. मैं इन दोनों को अगर एक फेयर रेटिंग दूंगा सेंट प्रोफाइल के हिसाब से, I would give both of them a solid 9 because I feel like the Civet and Castoreum can become too much in this one, and I feel like the Oud could have been more dominant in this one. Those are my personal takes on this. My word is not final. Please note that you might have a different experience than I do. Performance, this is like a 20 out of 10 यार, ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो जाता है कभी कभी honestly. And this is like a decent 7 out of 10. Performance में, projection में, सब में. तो हाँ, that's Busaid, that's Shogun. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the dual review style I did this time. Do like, do subscribe, जो भी लोग कहते हैं end में. I'll try to be more consistent, I promise you. Okay? Assalamu alaikum and Khudafis.